Hey, Cobras, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Glad to have you guys here, and I hope you guys are doing well. We're just going to do a quick overview of this latest update that came out today, or excuse me, I guess it's not an update that came out today, a dev blog that came out today, looking over the Battle Pass for next season, that Battle Pass that's coming out in just a few short days. So the big thing here is that we are getting more weekly battle tasks, which is awesome. Or I guess not more weekly, I don't know why they put more here, but we're getting weekly battle tasks, which is really awesome. I'm glad this is happening. I do have one thing that we're gonna kind of, it's one little hiccup about it that we'll talk about, but I don't think it's going to be an issue. But just so you guys understand what these are going to be weekly battle tasks that everyone's going to be getting. You can look at them here. We'll go over them in just a second. But the big thing with these is that they will take longer to complete, but they will give you 3 progress points, which is pretty sweet because that's basically like completing 3 daily tasks. Right, so just looking through them, kill 30 enemies in a tank or plane, which is easy to do. Destroy 7 enemy vehicles, win 5 battles. Capture 7 strategic points, 50 enemies while attacking or defending a point. 20 enemies with a sniper rifle, 200 with submachine gun, 50 with a hand grenade, or 120 points while building engineer structures. So all of these are really not that hard to do. Maybe 200 kills with a submachine gun might take a bit, and winning 5 battles will definitely take a bit. But 7 strategic points you can do in just a couple of games. You really don't need to play the game a whole lot to complete these weekly tasks. These are really just not that difficult, I think. Like, yeah, killing a bunch of enemies with grenades or snipers and stuff like that might take a bit, or getting kills while defending and attacking might take a bit, but really for a week, not going to be that hard, and getting 3 progress points is pretty sweet. Now, the only hiccup that I kind of mentioned before is whether or not the daily bonuses here, right, this daily progress, we have a max of daily progress points, right? If you're free to play, you have 3 daily progress points. If you're premium, you have 9 daily progress points that you can get, and each, daily task gives you 1. But these give you 3. But my question is, does that count towards your limit? So if you're a free to play player and you finish 3 daily tasks today, you can't level up your battle task anymore, and then you finish a weekly task, do you still get that level? That's my question there. Or does it max out and you don't get your points there? Because that's really important. I would guess that no, it doesn't count towards your daily limit because these are weekly rather than daily. And so I think that that would be perfectly fine. But nevertheless, I think that it is important to kind of mention that in the event that, it isn't set up in the way that I think it should be, right? I think that it should not count towards your daily limit because these are weekly, they're separate. And I don't think it will, but I think that it is important to mention that nevertheless. So hopefully we are all in the clear there, and I think we will be. Now let's get on to the really cool stuff here, which is the new weapon. So we're getting 5 new guns that are going to be across all the different armies in Enlisted, and we're getting 8 new vehicles. We're going to talk about the vehicles in just a second. So first one here is the Hyde Model 35. Designed by George Hyde, who designed the M3 grease gun. Very cool here. You can take a look at the model a little bit closer. Very cool. It reminds me a lot of the Thompson. It's like front half Thompson, right? But then back half like grease gun. Like this reminds me of the grease gun, this kind of back here. Again, I don't know anything about guns, guys. But it just looks really cool. It looks like a very cool gun. I wonder what it fires. I don't really know. If it fires like a 45 or if it fires a smaller round or something like that. I'm guessing probably a 45 since the grease gun, I think, fires I don't know. It doesn't matter. Regardless, we'll see how it goes. The M2 Hyde was one of the closed beta packs that I still have. Not many players have it. It's pretty rare to see them out there. But the M2 Hyde is a very fun gun to use, very good gun. So I'm excited for this Hyde Model 35. I'm guessing this is going to be for the Brits and the Americans. So we'll definitely have to check that out when it comes out. And then we have the Irma EMP 44. It's a 9mm Irma submachine gun. This thing is absolutely hilarious. It says here that it was designed for mass production and used by Volksturm, soldiers. That means if it was designed for mass production, and obviously it looks like it was used or made for mass production, right? This thing looks like a pipe gun. My question is, was it not actually put into mass production? And if so, why are we getting this? If it was put in mass production, why are we seeing it as a gold gun instead of in the main campaign? If a lot of these things were made and used, then I don't know. I feel like we should be seeing it in the campaign. I'd like to see more kind of like these weird, like kind of last ditch, just stitch together anything that we can find, stamped metal type thing, guns in the Battle of Berlin for the Germans. And that's not to say that I think that they should be unbalanced or poor or anything like that, but I'd like to see more guns like the MP3008, just because you know, that's kind of how Germany was at that point in the war. Like when the Battle of Berlin, I mean, that's the last gasp of the German army, right? It's the last breath of the German army in World War II. So I'd like to see these kind of weapons like this used a little bit more in the main campaign, because it's kind of annoying to have, like, you know, you're in the Battle of Berlin, you're fighting to the last man, and you know you're out of everything, right? The army's out of everything, and you're using Kar 98 Kriegsmodels, and you're using the MP3008s, but then like late in the campaign you're unlocking like 75 round mag MG34s, and you're unlocking like FG42-2s and stuff like that, and I feel like you kind of lose a lot of that coolness of being the kind of, like, you know, backed into a corner that the German army was in Berlin. So I don't know. That's kind of a personal thing for me. I like this gun a lot. I definitely think I'm going to be picking that one up. Then we've got the 1929 model PPD for the Soviets. We can see here, looks really cool. I like it a lot. I like the little pancake magazine on top, or the frying pan, whatever you want to call it, on top here. We're going to fry up some eggs on it as we fire the gun. I don't know, but very cool. Looks almost like an LMG rather than an SMG, right? Like, I don't know, maybe it's just because I'm so used to like the DP27 with this big mag on top, and so it kind of reminds me of that. But it looks like a cool gun. My only problem with this is, like, I mean, do the Soviets really need more SMGs here, guys? Like, they don't, right? The Soviets are the kings of SMGs, right? Like, they don't need more SMGs, and so getting some gold orders here for more SMGs kind of feels like a missed opportunity to me. Oh, it fires 7.62. Oh, okay, that's kind of cool then. Okay, we'll see how that plays out. But either way, still, I don't think the Soviets need any more SMGs. Like, they've got enough, right? I'm kind of tired of seeing SMGs for the Soviets. I want to see some more crazy rifles. I like stuff like the RMN 50. I think that was a great gold weapon, or the Berdan 2, stuff like that. I'd like to see a little bit more. Follow Jay Dosser on YouTube. Go subscribe to him. There you go. He's playing some Covenant of Heroes right now, I guess. VMP 1926. This is a German gun, I believe. And I don't know, it looks pretty cool. I'm guessing we'll see this probably in Moscow. We might see it in Berlin or Normandy as well. We might see it throughout all the campaigns, honestly. But it might be, I think, probably Moscow and Tunisia would be my guess. And just splitting them across the two, because this looks like a little bit more of an early war weapon, right? Tested in 1926, so it's an early predecessor to the MP38 and the MP40. Looks pretty cool. It's got a drum mag here, which is awesome. I wonder how much ammo it contains. Lots of ammo, especially in SMGs, is a huge deal for submachine guns. So definitely really cool there. We'll see how that goes. And then we've got the BSA model 1926 Thompson. Thompson made by the British in their BSA factory. I think, what is that? Birmingham Small Arms, I think, something like that. I think that's what BSA stands for. But it's like a Thompson. It's obvious that they're trying to make it a little bit cheaper. It looks like they're cutting a lot of it away, right? It looks like it's a little bit cheaper of a weapon. Although it does still have this big, I think this is technically a compensator. I don't know. I don't know anything about guns, guys. Don't judge me. Anyway, looks like a cool gun. I'm guessing we'll see this obviously in Normandy, and probably in definitely in Tunisia for the British. Now let's move on to vehicles here. We've got the T-60 Red Army for Moscow. Very cool looking tank. Kind of, I guess, I don't know. It looks like they just kind of slapped like very basic camouflages on them. It's kind of the thing I don't like about these gold order tanks and these skins is, like, yeah, it kind of looks cool and it looks different, but I mean, is it really that different? I guess it's darker. I think the T-60 is like bright white, so I guess this is kind of like a foresty type camo, which is neat. I don't know. I'd like to see a little bit more done for these tanks, although personally I'd like to see full-on customization for these vehicles. And same thing here with the Panzer IV. It doesn't look like a whole lot is different, and maybe in game it looks better, but this just doesn't look that different. But then again, you're also going to be getting the Panzer IVe early on, because you can spend these gold weapon orders on that stuff, so that's pretty nice overall. Then of course we've got the A20G, the BF-110 for Normandy. Americans, very cool. Careful note here, guys, the A20G is not unlocked until level 18, which means if you get this gold order weapon and you are not level 18 as the Americans, you will not, or this isn't a weapon vehicle, but you will not be able to use it. So be careful. This is just like the Panzer IV in Normandy. You cannot use it until you have unlocked it in the campaign, right? You need to have that squad. BF-110 here does not suffer that problem. It's the BF-110G. I think that's what we have normally. I don't see it's, oh yeah, it's rockets are right here. Yes, so you will be able to pick this one up and use it. Pretty cool camo there. Got the Yak 312 is what it's called, I guess. It says here check 45, so maybe this is like a check variant or something like that. I don't know. That's it. That's just what the link here says, that you guys can't see. But I don't know. It's a pretty cool little camo there. I like the Yak 3 a lot. I like fighters, so cool there. And then we've got the ME410B1. I believe this is a mid-campaign unlock. It's a bomber. Very cool. Glad to see that. And then, of course, we've got the Grant Mark 1, Atlanta 2, and then we've got the Panzer 3J Strolch, or Strolch, whatever it is. I think it's just Strolch. Grant doesn't look that interesting. It's got some Desert Rat decals here, and it just kind of looks dirty, right? It looks like it's been going through the desert, which I guess some people might enjoy, might think is pretty cool. But again, you will not be able to use this vehicle unless you guys have already unlocked it in the campaign. You need to have that second tanker squad unlocked to be able to use that. That's very important. But for the Panzer 3J, we don't know where it's going to slide in. We don't know if it's going to be part of the second tanker squad or the starting tanker squad. So check that out. Make sure you guys figure that out before you go and unlock. You can do it just by going in Enlisted and looking at the additional vehicles that are available for the squad. And if the Panzer 3 there is if it's in available vehicles for the squad, but you just don't have it unlocked yet, you'll be able to spend a gold order weapon or gold order and get this vehicle and then be able to use it earlier than you normally would, which is a very, very nice thing. So keep an eye out for that. I'll probably even do a shout out or a post or something like that, letting you guys know, because I know the Axis Tunisia really struggles, has some pretty bad vehicles overall, especially once you start trying to take on the Grant. So the Panzer 3J will definitely help that out. And I think that also is going to be a signifier that we're going to be getting the Tiger at some point soon, because I believe historically Panzer 3s were paired up with the Tigers because the Panzer 3s fired so quickly and could do a lot of good anti-infantry duty. At least that's what I've been told by some historians that I know. So anyway, guys, if you guys want to see more dev blogs like this, I don't like doing them very often, but if you want to see and read through these yourself, you can join our community Discord. I have a channel specifically for Enlisted News, and you can also come chat with me about these patches, twitch.tv/HeyQuadro. I'd love to have you guys over there, or on our YouTube streams, which are on Thursdays. So hope to see you guys there. But otherwise, thank you guys so much for watching. I don't have anything else. So have a great day, have a great night, whatever it is. And I'll see you guys next time. Take it easy.